Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Elevated Beauty Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Fouts, owner of Elevated Beauty Aesthetics in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my recent favorites. I was listening to, oh my gosh, I feel so bad I can't remember what this podcast was called. Maybe it was called like the Skin Club podcast. Anyways, they were talking about their weekly favorites, and that kind of inspired me to make today's episode. I have had some newer things that I've introduced to myself that I was testing out and trying to decide if I wanted to present it to my clients and offer it on my website. So I wanted to share those items with you guys. And if you're interested in hearing my recent favorites, as always, just keep on listening. I just looked on my Spotify and I was right. It is called the Skin Club. So shout out to them. I know that's like a common thing, but that's the only esthetician's podcast that I've listened to that has done like weekly favorites. So anyways, I'm going to bring you guys on to a brand. If you haven't heard of it, it's a lesser known brand that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but it is Herbal Skin Solutions. And that is the brand that I purchased my microneedling pen from, which I love. And when you buy the microneedling pen from them, they actually send you as well the Conscious Guide to Dermal Needling through Dr. Lance Sutterfield, which is who I actually got certified for microneedling through. So I'm very familiar with his book, but I was, pretty delighted that they sent that hard copy to me with the pen. So anyways, that's how I got turned on to this brand, was through the microneedling pen. And through that, I kind of looked at some of their other products, and some products that I have been using from them has been their White Jade Nephrite Guasha Stone. In love with it initially because of the aesthetic of the stone, because it is white. And, that's kind of my aesthetic, is like tan, white, black a little bit in my treatment room, and then gold, and I have some other fun little accents like a mauvey purple. But anyways, the creaminess, the aesthetic of the stone really caught me, and then the shape of it. So anyways, I've been using the Guasha Stone. It's actually the first Guasha Stone I've ever used, so I don't know if I can really compare, but I absolutely love it. And I don't think that I could use another Guasha Stone that I would like more than this, personally. It just fits the grooves of my face so well. I love it, love it, love it. So anyways, that is what I've been using from them. And, I am a big fan of lymphatic drainage, but I've always done it before just with my hands and had good results. But obviously that can be a little more tiring than using a stone. So I've really been liking to use the stone recently in my nighttime routine, and it actually kind of, I'm drinking my cold brew coffee and I'm just burping so much right now, but it gets me excited about my nighttime routine. It makes it feel a little bit more luxurious, a little more self-serving. My skincare routine always is a good time for me. It doesn't ever feel like a burden. I know with a lot of people it does, so maybe if it does feel like a burden, kind of set the mood a little bit. So that's kind of what the Guasha Stone does for me, is it sets the mood and the intention for my skincare rituals. So not only that, but also I can't remember what it's exactly called, but it's a vitamin C serum, and it has vitamin C, ferulic acid, and vitamin E. So not only is it an antioxidant vitamin C serum, which offers, of course, antioxidant brightening properties, along with the ferulic acid. And if you don't know, when vitamin C is combined with ferulic acid, it is an antioxidant powerhouse. So those are two beautiful, beautiful ingredients that you really want together. And then the vitamin E oil is really soothing to the skin, hydrating, smoothing, and I really love it. It's comparable in texture and application to the beauty oil, so I can use it with my Guasha Stone as well, and I do find myself reaching for it. It doesn't replace the beauty oil, Okay, beauty oil is the Lord's oil from the beauty oil from Glymed Plus. If you follow me, you know that's the Lord's oil. But I find myself sometimes supplementing for the beauty oil because I am trying to use the whole bottle, and then form my opinion on it over time. And I am going to say that I do notice that I'm noticing and enjoying my skin tone since I've been using it. Before that, I have been using the Living Cell Clarifier, and then I switched to the fulvic acid, and then I went back to the Living Cell Clarifier. So those are the antioxidant serums that I had been using before, and so I've replaced it with this, and I have noticed that I've been noticing kind of an improvement in my skin tone since I've been using it, which I still love both of those products. The Living Cell Clarifier from Glymed Plus is a affordable, great option for a antioxidant serum for someone who just has like really light hyperpigmentation. And then the fulvic acid, is it called the fulvic acid? Anyways, if you guys use Glymed Plus, you know what I'm talking about. The fulvic acid antioxidant serum is great for people who deal with acne. As an antioxidant serum, I still love both of those, but for me personally, I'm not dealing with active acne right now. I'm someone who manages acne from forming, and then I really focus a lot on my hydration levels because I am a normal to dry skin type, and then I also live in Arizona. So this is an antioxidant serum that I'm really loving because it has those humectant ingredients, hydrating ingredients in there as well. So the vitamin C serum with ferulic acid and vitamin E from Herbal Skin Solutions is a big favorite of mine right now. I'm almost like, do I even want to share my favorites? Because like, come on, I'm not that famous. So it's not like a lot of people are listening to this and they're going to like sell out my favorite products. But let's see, what besides those two? Not skincare related right now, but another favorite of mine, if you guys know, I am all about oat milk in my cereal, oat milk in my coffee. It's the best dairy alternative for coffee because you still have that sweetness and that creaminess. So I found this coffee since I became a wholesaler on Faire. I found this coffee called Loco Coffee. It's a cold brew coffee with oat milk, and it's in the flavor of vanilla honey. I have been loving it because it tastes so good, and it's in a can. It's like canned coffee, but it tastes really, really good. Better than any coffee that I would make at home by myself, because otherwise, you know, I would go to the store and get a Chobani cold brew or Starbucks cold brew, but then like that has dairy in it. So I think I'm gonna repurchase these because I don't have to worry about potential dairy causing inflammation and creating acne, because that is a big trigger for me. So yeah, the Loco Coffee cold brew is a favorite of mine recently. And if you know me, you know I love Ghost Adventures. I love paranormal. I love Halloween, you know, but besides that, sorry, I'm eating trail mix. Besides that, it's my comfort show. And I know they've come out with like a lot of side series, spin-offs, whatever, but a newer one is House Calls. So, I think they might be done with uploading new episodes, or I don't know if they're taking a break, but anyway, that's one that I just got done watching. Ghost Adventures, House Calls. I've seen every possible spin-off that they have. They have the, oh my god, and this one is scary, The Devil House. That one is actually scary. Yeah. So, obviously, OG Ghost Adventures, House Calls, The Devil House was really good if you like paranormal stuff. The one that wasn't a huge fan from them was the Haunted Museum, where they had like people bring their items that were haunted, apparently. I wasn't a big fan on that. But yeah, I always get kind of sad whenever they stop uploading new videos. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm waiting for them to come out with more content. I might just rewatch the OG Ghost Adventures. Oh, and another favorite of mine, I actually just wore it for the first time today, but I have been wanting one for a while because I've seen that they're kind of trendy, and I've always kind of I haven't been a big fan of just like regular purses. So I carry a Coach backpack, and that's like my purse. And I have been seeing, of course, like the shoulder bags where they're kind of like can double as a fanny pack or a shoulder bag. And so I went to Target to try to find one, and I found this tiny little black, like faux leather shoulder bag. And I was like, oh, I kind of wish that it was bigger. But anyways, I wore it for the first time today. And it felt so much better to not be carrying around like a larger backpack, which my Coach bag isn't super big. But anyways, I've really been liking the little shoulder bag that goes across, like you carry it kind of on your chest is where the main bag is. So I just have my keys, my lip gloss, my cards in there. And that's it really. My perfume. Yeah, and that's like all I really need. So I'm really liking that right now, as well as claw clips. I think that's a trending thing right now, but I've been wearing claw clips for a while, like before they were trendy. Because, I'm really conscious about my hair, about hair breakage, because I do pick at my hair. It's an anxiety disorder. And so anytime I have any short hairs, like I have baby hairs in the back. And so I used to pick on those really bad and break off my ends. And I don't do that as much anymore, but I do kind of comb through my bangs and break off my bangs. So I like to wear a claw clip to kind of keep the hair out of my face. And why do I keep burping so much? I'm sorry, y'all. But anyways, claw clips. I saw this one from Kitsch that I really need to get. Is the white butterfly claw clip. If anybody wants to surprise me, you can. I feel like I have fans. No. Yeah, I'm gonna order that today, probably, so I can be on brand, I've always loved butterflies. I remember whenever I was in middle school, I had my science teacher. She was like, Emily, how I always know what work is yours without reading the name is because you doodle like little butterflies on the side. And for some reason it's weird, the things that stick with you and the things that you remember. But I remember my 7th grade science teacher telling me that. So it's kind of funny that my brand now has like a butterfly in the logo, because it's not something that I've always been super conscious about. Like I've always been obsessed with butterflies, but apparently I used to draw them all the time on my paper. But yeah, I think kind of like subconsciously, and when I was thinking about it, butterflies do represent something to me. Not only are they beautiful, but they represent a metamorphosis, and they do represent beauty. And I feel like with my brand, it is all about metamorphosis. My mission statement is self-care elevated with ethical aesthetics. And so kind of like elevated, I don't know if it's cheesy, you guys, but like obviously if you pay attention to my brand, it's butterflies and angels. So it kind of all ties in with like elevating yourself. And I think angels and butterflies are just a really nice symbol for elevating yourself, and then also metamorphosis. And metamorphosis is something that I identify with, because I never thought that I would be in a position of being a business owner. And like, I've always kind of thought of myself to be like more of a scared person and not someone who is what's the word I'm looking for? not motivated, but I guess like brave enough to step out and do something like this, like be a business owner. That was never in my plans. I've always been very scared, someone who always thinks about worst case scenario. So I think that's why I identify with metamorphosis, because I have, as I've grown older, and more so once I became a mother, I feel like when I had my child, I kind of that pushed me to be the person I needed to be, and not like rely on my husband to be the adult in the relationship and make all the decisions, and me just like hide behind and not have to make these, take care of these responsibilities. So I really feel like when I became a mother, that kind of pushed me into more of an assertive and responsible role, but that is something I identify with because I never thought that I would be the person that I am now. So anyways, long story about why I identify with butterflies. I actually kind of want a butterfly tattoo just because like it is starting to mean more to me than just like it's just cute. And I think as humans, everyone, some people more than others. Some people never, and it's really sad, but some people never evolve. They're like old people who are still really negative and hateful people, and they don't evolve. I feel like a lot more people are becoming self-aware, like this newer generation is becoming a lot more self-aware and are evolving into the humans that we need to be. Empathetic, thoughtful, emotionally intelligent. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, so I kind of want a butterfly tattoo just because it represents like evolution, and I feel like I have evolved a lot as a person with my emotional intelligence and my self-awareness and things like that. So if you guys know of any like fine line tattoo artists in the Tucson area, let me know. And I have to mention, of course, another weekly favorite is my t-shirts that I just launched on my website. Right now I have black, and then I also have ordered some like light tan. The color is called Natural. And so these are just like 100% cotton, regular schmegular t-shirts that are unisex. And so for the black ones, I have a white design, and for the tan ones, the design is going to be black. And if you haven't seen them, go over to my Instagram, Elevated Beauty Aesthetics. I do have a post of the shirt modeled. So it is a design that I had made for me. So it's a one-of-a-kind design. It's not something you can find anywhere else. I had a graphic designer make it for me. It is an angel with a sash kind of going across its butt, and it says self-care baby, because Elevated Beauty Aesthetics is all about self-care. That's what I want to promote to people, and I want to bring more awareness to self-care and how important it is, and with a cute and simple design. And I feel like it's great for men and women. I'm going to make one for my husband and make him wear it to the gym. No, he'll willingly support me, but I think it's cute for men and women. But anyways, it's a weekly favorite of mine. So I've been wearing the black one lately, and I actually cropped it, and I wore it yesterday with some high-waisted black jeans. And then my daughter, every time she tries to pick out my shoes, she always picks out these boots, but it's like these white little ankle boots. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll wear the boots today. So it ended up being a really cute outfit. I have them on my website for $30, and I believe shipping is still free right now. So anyways, go over there. If you need or want a t-shirt and you like to support small business, go and grab one. Another thing is I recently went to the Grand Canyon over the 4th of July weekend, and I have always been a lover of Native American jewelry. My grandparents were lovers of Native American pottery and jewelry and different things like that. I do have some Native American heritage for my grandfather, but I mean, kind of like who doesn't? But anyways, we went through there. We went through the Navajo Reserve, and we stopped there, and I have always loved opal. I had a Native American opal ring, and somewhere along the line in my teens, I lost it. But anyways, it was a gift from my grandparents. So opal kind of has like a strong meaning to me, and just like reminds me of my grandparents. So I got some opal, just some simple opal studs from the Navajo Trading Post, and I've been wearing them every day. They literally go with everything. We actually let our daughter pick out a pair too, and she doesn't even have her ears pierced yet, but we've been talking about getting her ears pierced for some time now. So those will be her first earrings. She picked out a really pretty pink opal. And I have some more things that I'm going to be trying out that I am considering bringing on to my retail store. So, yeah, I'll have some more updates soon. I have some candles that I've got. I'm a big lover of candles. So I'm really excited to try some of those out and potentially retail them. A big lover of quote-unquote natural deodorants. So deodorants that don't have aluminum in them. They either use a vegetable enzyme, arrowroot powder, or baking soda. So I have some natural deodorants that I'm going to be trying out too. So I'll have some more updates soon with, some other potential new favorites. But for now, I think that's about it. So thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you next Monday, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for another episode.